I'm inviting on stage Mr. Hakeem, my senior, to also present the Instrumentalist of the Year.
My name is Matthews, and I'm popularly known as Hakeem. Hakeem means wise man. It's the name I was given to my pastor some years ago, and it's kind of just stuck with me. For music, it all started way before I was born. You know what a mother does in the womb affects the baby. My mother was a choir director and used to go for a lot of rehearsals. So even before I was born, I was going for rehearsals. And after I was born, I was still going for rehearsals, tagging along. And that's where it all started for me. Growing up, I happened to be very gravitated towards music in various ways, singing, rhythm, all aspects of music kind of intrigued me. So it didn't come as a surprise when I actually requested that keyboard is bought for me. Luckily, I was first in class, and according to the deal I had with my parents, they bought a keyboard, which was quite expensive at the time. And then they got me a tutor, and that's where it all started off formally. But you know, I was too young to concentrate on the music for some reason, so I had to take the informal route. So along the way, I learned from other people. I learned from a lot of people I met, my music directors, and I happened to play a lot in church. That's where music started for me. So I was playing in church, playing church music, learning songs, choir rehearsals, and yeah, lots of that. Until I went to a disco where I met my seniors who were also very, very good. And most of them happened to be very actively playing in Accra because I was in Tema at the time. And during vacations, they'll invite me over to the Accra to play with them. And that's where I met most of the artists that I play with today. Yes.
If you know me, say, now you be my God, and you hold my hand, Lord, you got my back.
So when I was in a disco, I was playing for quite a number of churches. I would either be at a girls' school, be at the Agri Memorial. I was playing for the University Interdenominational Church on Sundays. I was playing for this other church at Pedu. I was playing for one church in the evening, this prophetic church in the evening. I used to do church mass. And I was also playing for the Full Gospel Businessmen's Fellowship. Yeah, and I think in school, I was in a disco. I was the school band president. I was the SU music director. I was also music director 2 years for LI, which is the Lighthouse Wing, Students Union Wing, and a host of other things that I might not really remember right now. Yeah, so in SHS, I was heavily into music. After SHS, I was in UG Mass Choir, University of Ghana Mass Choir, and CVC as well. And then after that, I joined New Kind Ministry. Before New Kind Ministries, I was with Mary Ganza's ministry, and then I joined New Kind, and then I joined Chris Yachting, Joe Metal, Eugene Zuta, Empraise, and yeah, I took off from there. Well, the challenges are quite a number because where I used to live was very far from town. It's quite far, not in Accra, even almost close to Michelle Camp, and then having to do almost everything in Accra was quite tiring. I'll get home very late, almost every time after 12 a.m. and it was quite a challenge. And you know, at the time, it wasn't really paying much. It was more sacrificial. And yeah, those are some of the challenges I faced when I was doing this early on. Oh yes, I felt like quitting music several times, especially after national service. I contemplated working in the bank. It was really nice working in the bank though. I'm sure I would have really done well because the corporate world was quite good for me. But I felt that I had a stronger calling to do music, and the edge was very strong. Not because I had nothing else to do, but I understood that it was an assignment God had given me, and I decided to pursue it when I was young. Yeah. Yes, so in this journey, so many people have influenced me because, as I mentioned, I didn't have any formal training. So I kind of picked a lot of things along the way, right from home. My mother and my sister, LDM, they would always scrutinize most of the things I do. And then my music directors, right from Brad Joe, Brad Collins, in fact, I can't mention all of them. So many of them, so many people have helped me along the journey. Along the line, I met Isaac Ayi, Kwame Eboa, Barry Mamon, Neo Kind, Joe Metal, Pastor Helen Yosin, the legendary Dynete of blessed memory, and Kewa, Koda, Posse G. In fact, the list is endless. That's more. I can't name them, and all these people have impacted my music my music life in various ways that I can't even express my gratitude enough to them. Yes, so the singing thing for me started because there was a need for me to sing. It's just the same way with the guitar. The guitar, I wasn't a guitarist, I was a keyboardist. And then there was a need for a guitarist in church, and I just rose up to the occasion and started playing the guitar. And this is where we are today. So there was a need for me to sing in church, and I rose up to the occasion once again. We are still on the journey. We are seeing what God will bring out of it. Yes. Well, I don't know, but let's see let's see what happens. Already I've released about 2 singles. I released We Are One.
We need peace and understanding, love and unity. Together we stand and divided we fall. We are one people, we are one nation. Together let us build.
Some years ago, and I've released We Shall Overcome. Yeah, so hopefully, maybe, just maybe, I might release something.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
Okay, so I think the first award I won was in 2019. That was the Contemporary Gospel Music Awards. I won Best Instrumentalist. Yeah, but I didn't make so much choice about it. But yeah, I think that's the first I won award.
People don't understand the word katana, and so please. Okay, we know katanta.
You know, katana is actually from the Japanese origin. It's actually a sword. Katana is actually a sword, and those who know the katana, you know that it's strong enough to even cut through a gun. It's that sharp. Katana can cut through a bamboo stick like clean. Yeah, that's how serious a katana is. So I think they actually named it because how it cuts through a mix, just to give you a visualization of what you're going to get when you're playing through a katana.
We need to have Hakeem doing a history about music, and because just at this age you are able to say stuff like that. I can't imagine your life at 60, 70. The Bible says in all you're getting, get what? Understanding. Not just having the instrument, but understand why it is this. And some of you will buy, or maybe Fender Jazz. What is even the meaning of jazz? You understand? And he has a boss katana. He gave us the history over the word the katana and all that. I don't know about the katana, but this afternoon I've learned something about the sword, Japanese sword, and I'll go and read about the sword. I've seen that sword before, but I didn't know that it's called katana. You understand? So
it's actually what gives there's actually the 2 fights thing, like legendary fighting styles. There's the ninjas and then there's the samurais.
Okay.
So the samurais are not as flashy as the ninjas. The ninjas have a lot of accessories. They can vanish, they can jump around the place, but ninjas are unable to defeat samurais because one, they have unparalleled discipline, one, and then the strength of their knife, which is the katana.
Okay. Hakeem. Wow. Wow.
Can we change the
Ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome Prince Hakeem as the Instrumentalist of the Year. Prince Hakeem.
Wow, Prince, you really deserve it, Charlie. You work very hard because I see your name on most albums. The strumming of your guitar is very special. Thank you very much. God bless you.
I want to say a very big thank you to God who gave us this talent, because every good and perfect thing comes from God. And I want to thank my parents. Though my father is not alive, they invested into me. At the time they bought my first keyboard, there was they agreed that anytime I was first in class, they'll buy me something, and asked for a keyboard. And I'm sure the keyboard that we bought at the time, most churches didn't have keyboards at the time. So it was quite expensive. I'm sure my father used his whole month's salary to buy it, but today it has yielded some fruit. I want to encourage everybody else doing this, that be diligent in what you do, persevere. As most of our panelists have mentioned, ensure that you are doing the right thing. Learn and be the best you can be. I want to thank my pastors, Pastor Benji, Reverend Kisi, everyone else, the producers, numerous producers and musicians who have allowed me to showcase my talent. I say a very big thank you. Thank you all so much. BGMA, Chatterhouse, thank you so much.
Nice, congratulations. So this gentleman here, Prince Hakeem, how many of you know of the NSMQ program? The National Science and Maths Quiz Program. All right, so he produced the theme. That's him right there. And then the VGMA theme song. This gentleman has worked with Joe Metal. He worked on the Kadosh album. Ella Duncan Williams, Becky Bonnie, Kwabena Boateng, Holy Spirit, Kofi Date, Empraise, Helen Yawson, Kim Promise and Kojo Mchi song. Yeah, Edem featuring Pat Thomas, the national anthem, the new song. Man, he's worked with Mr. Easy, Joe Metal, Akese Brimpong, KK Fosu, Dana Hamilton, Sisi Chum, Uncle Ato, Donnie McLaughlin, Mika Stamplay, Dietrich Harden. Hey, who are you? Wow. Congratulations. Congrats, man. The lips.
So, the best instrumentalist for me makes me feel like my efforts have been recognized. I don't think it necessarily means that in the whole of Ghana I'm the best musician, no. I just think that my efforts have been recognized. And there are my colleagues, you see, the interesting part is I never even get to play alone. If whatever I play is noticed, it's because my friends are also playing equally well. And I want to appreciate all my friends, the people I play with. I can't mention all of them, the Princenes, the Orekus, the Charlie Keys, J Loops, Joel, Isaac, Patrick Cortson, Babite, Eugene, Kevin. The list is endless. All these wonderful people I play with are also extremely good, and I want to thank them for their encouragement, for their support, and thank them for the brotherhood. Yeah. So on the top of my head, I'd like to thank all producers, obviously, all singers, all musicians, songwriters, singers, anyone who has ever given me opportunity or a platform, or ever given me a gig, or ever paid me for doing a gig. Yeah, I want to thank all of you, especially to all the people I mentioned earlier, my mentors, like Isaiah Kwame Oboa, Very Mamu, I can't list all of them, Kewa, Koda, Flipakwa, the list is Victor Day, and I can't mention all of them. Isaac, who I've mentioned time and time again, and A. Sankuma as well. Yes, I want to thank all these people. Finally, I want to thank VGMA. I want to thank Chatterhouse. I want to thank the board. I want to thank everyone who actually put thought into this and found me honorable enough to give me this award. I really appreciate this and I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is very far from the end of the road. I think this marks a new beginning. God has gifted me quite a number of things. I can write songs, I can sing, I can produce a bit. And I think this one actually counts my efforts in the music, being an instrumentalist, like all these years of putting ideas into people's songs, helping people's music, winning awards with artists and all that. I think it's been a wonderful journey. It's not ended, but I think this just marks a new phase for me. And the trajectory is just going to get better, and then we are going to explore more into other things. So my advice to the younger ones, not even younger ones per se, but anybody hoping to pursue music, is that you should have a relationship with God. Beyond what we hear musically, there should be an impact. I believe that's what sets you apart. If there's impact, if what you play transcends just the hearing sense and goes to impact people's lives, they'll find value for you in what they do and you prosper. Yeah, you have to be consistent. You have to learn your stuff, read your music, learn the theory, understand the music, practice, and develop your hearing, because music is a hearing art. So you definitely have to develop your hearing, know your stuff, understand theory, do all those things that a proper musician is supposed to do. Have a mentor, have mentors, actually have people you look up to, people who can correct you. It will make your journey faster. It will make you arriving at your destination faster, so you don't waste so much time. And prayer, obviously, like I don't need to mention, you have to pray. I thank my parents, my father who is not alive, my mom who saw the need to encourage me to do this and then invested so much into my gifting with prayers, with financially, prayers, emotionally, and everything. I want to thank them so much. And then I also want to encourage parents. You never know the trajectory of your child's life, so always encourage balance. And they should work on their talents and also work on their education. It's very important. Balance is always good.
Wow, it came to Tema.
Again, no.
Tema deserves it. Wow.
DGMA 24 instrumentalist.
Prince Hakeem Matthews.
My goodness.
Best
my goodness.
instrumentalist.
My goodness.
2022.
Yes.
Charlie.
Yes.
He deserves it.
He deserves
Nice
it.
one.
He deserves it. He deserves it.
Praise Jehovah. Something new for my life. Every day I'm gonna do making moves. Or when we fly far away. Good things we go to see. Working hard, we know they sleep.